babies. All right, so today I'm gonna be talking about my modeling experience. So I started modeling in like 2015, and I don't remember how old I was. I was 14, I think. Yeah, and I just want to talk about the experience, let people know if you ever want to model out there and you feel like you can't do it or something. Like, I'm 5'3", and I had some experience modeling. Like, I've been modeling for years. I stopped this year. I took like a little break because I wanted to pursue other things like YouTube, for example. So I've been doing that, and also I'm in college, so I'm a business major, so it made me want to start my own businesses. So I'm planning to start some businesses coming up, so we'll be on the lookout. But yeah, I just wanted to show my experience to everyone and let you guys know what to expect, some advice so you don't have to struggle like how I struggled in the past. All right, so first thing I'm gonna talk about is support system. It's like an amazing thing to have. Yes, I would love it, but to be honest, I didn't have it when I first started modeling. Like, since I was like 10, I wanted to model. I was just been feeling myself since I was a little baby. Like, I always wanted to model, but my mom was just not with it. She didn't trust people. We didn't even know how to go about it. And then also, I wasn't growing that much either because I'm 5'3" now. So, I stopped growing very fast. And all through middle school, when I finally stopped growing, I still wanted to model. I was like, I don't care. I'm sure I still want to try. So not a lot of people supported me. When I went to like certain agencies, they was like, oh, you're a little short, blah, 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 all this. And they didn't really want to help me. And also some of them were scams as well. So I ended up being my own support system. Now that I finally kind of proved people wrong, and like my parents and people saw like my photo shoots and my pictures and saw my potential, they started supporting me, and I love it. To have a support system is nice, but I did start off not having a very strong support system. So it's okay if no one else is like with your dreams or anything like that. As long as you believe it, you could do it. So just go for it. The next thing I want to talk about is you will not always get paid with modeling. Found that out. It was sad, disappointing, but like I loved getting the experience of modeling. And then sometimes I actually got paid in like jewelry, or they would post me on their page and they would have a lot of followers, so I would gain those followers. So sometimes it's like a trade for trade type of thing. And also a big thing is I'm in Connecticut, so there's not a lot of modeling like opportunities here, and if there are, they're not as serious as they would be like if I was in Cali or Florida or something like that. So it's a bit trickier here in Connecticut, which is also why I took a hiatus on modeling, because I'm definitely gonna continue, but I'm trying to leave and move out and see more opportunities and what I can do. The next thing that I learned is be open to feedback. Yes, like there was times where I was doing a photo shoot and I'm already nervous, trying to make sure like I'm getting my angles and everything. And sometimes when people critique you, you get a little offended because you're just like, dang, I thought I was looking fire when I did this pose. But like the photographer might look at you and be like, that's not it. Do a different pose. And there's a lot of times like that. Like I want to get creative and be like, and they're like, nah, that doesn't look right. And it could hurt your feelings, but trust me, they know what they're doing. Like a lot of poses I learned and all this different angles I learned is from photographers. Like they told me, I kept putting my head down kind of in some weird way when I first started modeling. It was like, you got to put your chin up and not too high. Like I watched Tyra Banks, somebody told me stuff I did the most, and it was like, no. And then even a photographer once pulled me aside. He was like, you watch Tyra Banks, huh? And I was like, yeah. He was like, you keep doing this fierce face thing. Like a lot of my old pictures, you just see me like this all the time. Like that. And he was just like, it's beautiful, we love it, we want to see more happiness. Like the photo shoot I was doing was supposed to be more like jumpy, exciting, and I was just in this mindset of like, I'm Tyra Banks, I'm fierce, smiles like so I took his advice and it was beautiful. Like that, I knew my smile was beautiful, but like when I saw it in pictures, it was even better. I was like, dang, I need to use this more. Like I have dimples. He didn't even know I had dimples, so I started smiling. He was like, you should be using this the whole time, what are you doing? Like open your mouth, do these different things. So a lot of the advice they'll give you will help you in the long run, and it will help your pictures, your career, and everything. And photographers also like when they know a model can like take instructions. I've had photographers that like loved that me and them clashed so well that we ended up working on other projects, or they ended up recommending me for other people's future projects. So it helped a lot. So take the advice, it's gonna be okay, and you get better. Next thing, if it's possible, bring someone with you. Some photo shoots, some casting calls, certain jobs, they will say you cannot bring someone. But if they don't say it, I would say try to bring someone with you. I usually bring someone like my sister or like a family member or a friend, because there's creeps out here. And you can double check all you want sometimes, but sometimes it's hard to really know if it's legit or if it's not legit, especially if you're starting off. You're kind of just going with the wind and hoping with the best. So bring someone with you, please, and be safe. If it looks sketchy, leave. That opportunity is not worth your safety at all. All right, the next thing is adventurous. Be adventurous, guys. At first, I kind of, like, for example, the posing, I kept doing that same freeze pose. And when the photographer told me to open my mouth, it was out of my comfort zone because all I saw was Tyra all the time saying this and that. So that was, like, in my mind. That's one example. And another one was I did a photo shoot with this photographer. It was, like, on a railroad track. Fun fact, I'm a very, like, OCD clean freak person. So we went to, like, a wall that was kind of dirty. And I was posing on it and everything. But, I would not touch it for nothing. So, like, the wall is here. I'm just, like, pretending to lean back on it. Pictures coming out kind of weird and all that. And finally, the photographer was like, oh, do you want to climb up there and, take some pictures? I side-eyed him. I was like, that dirty wall with the dirt? And at first I wasn't with it, but then the person I was with, it was like, maybe, you never know how it turns out. So I thought about it and I was like, you know what? Let me try something new. So I finally went up there and I climbed up there. It was scary because it was kind of tall, but they helped me up there. And those pictures were beautiful. If I forgot how to edit it, I'm going to put it like right here, like right over there. See it? It was fire. It was so fire. I loved it. After I saw the pictures that came out, I was like, wow, this is why I need to be more open to stuff, be adventurous to things. You can't hold yourself back because I would never gotten those beautiful pictures. My next piece of advice, try different modeling. Do not hold yourself back. If someone says your body's nice, be a clothing model, that's fine. But if you want to be a hair model, go for it. Take a gig, do it. Because I did hair modeling. Insert picture there if I can. I've been regular clothes model. I also did prom modeling as well. That was really fun because it was like the year before my prom. So I was like, oh, this is how I'm looking in the future. Okay, this is cute. And I had a little shirt that said prom dress on it. Prom queen on it. If I can find it, I'm going to try to show you guys. But yeah, it was a really nice experience and everything. Like, I wasn't actually prom queen. I was on the ballot, but I didn't make it. But like at that moment for that photo shoot, I was prom queen. Like, so you get these little cute experiences. And then I also did wig. I was a model for a wig company as well. And it was pink hair. It was so cute. I had a lot of fun. And that also kind of made me want to wear more wigs. I was like, wait, this is kind of cute. And then a couple of months later, I actually got like a wig. I made my own wig actually. So little experiences will take you very far. So just be adventurous. Do not hold yourself back. You don't know, you might find your niche by trying new things. Do not let them hold you back in a box. Leave that box. Also, because we have the internet now. Like back then, Instagram wasn't popping like that. Now I was able to be a brand ambassador for a couple places online. Got some cute shorts. I only had to pay like $2 for like shipping and everything. Some clothes I didn't have to pay for, they just sent it to me. Like little stuff like that. Just be adventurous. That's all I'm saying. Be adventurous. What else is there? Prepare. I'm sad I have to tell y'all this, but prepare for comments about your body. You're going to hear that. I know it's 2020. People should know better to respect people, but slowly the modeling world is changing, and I love that. But that is one thing I haven't seen change as much. I had times where like I have boobs. I have a lot of boobs. And I'm really skinny. So a lot of their clothes, if they make it for like thick women, they thick here, they thick there. And I'm just like, it's got boobs, a lot of boobs, and I'm small. So a lot of their clothes would not fit me or fit me weird because like I'm petite, but like not petite. So there's times where like designers would come up to me and they would be frustrated because they would envision me in something and then they try to put it on me and it won't fit me. They can't alter it at that moment. So they're just telling me, they're like, oh, eat this less. You should eat blah, blah, blah less. Stop eating this, all that. So I would constantly hear that. Especially one memory I have last year when I really got frustrated, but I had to remind myself, like, I love my body. Is I went to this photo shoot for prom dresses again. I love prom dress photo shoots because you get to feel like a princess. And they had us like go downstairs and pick different dresses. Any dress we wanted, and we got to do a photo shoot in it. And they wanted to see like how we interact and how we look in the dress, if we can like pull it off. And I kind of tried on like 5, 6, 7, I don't know how many dresses because they were not fitting these at all. Like at all. So like they were like desperately trying to find me something to wear. They was like, what about this? Does this fit? And I'm like, no, it doesn't fit. And it was just frustrating. It was a really frustrating experience because every other girl kind of put it on. They got to take the pictures and they were just out. And then I was like the last person to finally find a dress that fits me. And it was beautiful. It was, but I feel like part of me getting that casting call is that part. Like the fact that one dress kind of fit me, yeah, it didn't work out for me. But I was frustrated for that day, but I had to sit down and remind myself, like, I'm beautiful. I love my body. there will be a casting call, there will be a modeling opportunity for me that would be perfect for me and my beautiful body. So remember that. Next is be persistent. Persistent, me, I'm a very persistent person. Like, it comes, that's my personality. But being modeling, you have to be persistent, because a lot of people want to model. You have to find these I had to find all these opportunities for myself. Like, I started modeling off of Instagram. My first modeling job I found on Instagram. Yes, I know you gotta be careful, but like, I brought my mom, my sister, like the whole gang came, and I had so much fun, and it opened up so many doors because I met a designer there, then ended up being in her fashion show, then I worked with her a couple more times, and like so much stuff. I met photographers through that opportunity. Like, all of that blossomed my modeling career right there is Instagram. And I was persistent. Like, I found her on Instagram, messaged her. I was like, I would love to come, blah, 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 all that. And that's what started. Another story of me being persistent is I saw this designer online, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love her stuff. Like, she did this like mermaid theme thing, and I loved it so much. And I was like, I have to be in this. I have to wear one of her outfits. So I followed her. I kept liking her things, commenting on it. I kept messaging her. I was like, I really love your stuff. I'm a model. Anytime you need models, I would love to model for. She was like, yes, I would love for you to. And then like, she was still, I guess, creating things, so I didn't get to model for her right away after I messaged her, but I was persistent. Like, it was like a month or 2 months later, I'm still on her page, liking stuff, commenting like, oh my gosh, this is beautiful. So like, you remember me, you not gonna forget me, I love your stuff, let me model it. So eventually she finally messaged me. She's like, hey, I have a new line coming out, I'd love for you to model in it. And your girl was in it. And I actually worked with her twice after that, I believe. Yeah, twice after that. I was actually helping her too in one of her photo shoots in the future as well. So being persistent goes a long way, because maybe she got sick of me, but she remembered me, and I got to like wear her clothes that I really wanted to wear. So being persistent pays off a whole lot, y'all. I promise it does. And learn to take charge. I've learned that like 2 years ago. I've been modeling for like 4 or 5 years ago, and I'm still a very shy, kind of hesitant person and all that, but I definitely learned this in the past like 2 to 3 years. Especially working with other models, because they're not here to like, they don't care, they care about your feelings, but they're not here to hold your hand. I was at a photo shoot with a couple models, and whatever model's really giving off the heat and really, you know, like working it and everything, they're gonna pay more attention to. It's gonna hurt a little bit, but it's the truth. This model's being mad faced, and you're over here like, and shy in the background, and you're not kind of not aggressive, but you're not kind of going for it, then they're gonna probably pay that model attention. I experienced that before, and I was like, okay, I'm learning now. Like, I kind of gotta step up in front of it, because it is a competition sometimes, especially when you're working with other models, because they have a bunch of clothes, and you could just pick anything. Then whatever model is giving them more confidence, more going for it, then they're gonna work with more, and they're gonna pay more attention more. So definitely learn to take charge. Another thing on like taking charge is, I remember being at a photo shoot, and they were giving me certain clothes, but the clothes was like not fitting me right, and I didn't feel comfortable in it, and I kind of was just taking the pictures, and it wasn't coming out good. I was just ready to go home. I was like, oh, this is not working. And then my next time I did a photo shoot like that, where they gave me clothes that wasn't fitting as much, I finally spoke up. I was like, listen, this isn't working. I don't feel comfortable. I'm not feeling this outfit. Is there any way you can give me something else to wear? Definitely be respectful, because this is not your clothes. They're, you know, you guys are working together. You have to respect each other. And they calmly was like, yeah, here, these 3 outfits. Which one do you like? And I picked a bomb, cute outfit out. That photo shoot was beautiful. It was beautiful. But yeah, it came out really good. And I learned that by seeing other models. There was a model I knew, and I saw her at all different type of photo shoots, and she was older than me because I was still young. And I noticed she always spoke up, said her mind. Sometimes she would add her own creative ideas in it. She was like, how about instead of this, we do this pose, or I go like this and you get this angle. And they love that sometimes, because you give them a little extra creative touch. You put your own touch in it, because sometimes you can help out. Don't try to take over the shoot though. Please don't go in there and be like, listen, I'm gonna need you to get this thing, go get it. Like, don't do that. But just put your little creative ideas in there sometimes. It won't hurt. It won't hurt. Next, I'm gonna share a little experience. For modeling, for me, it definitely made me less shy. I'm a very shy person. I am still shy, but not as much. And I definitely got more confident off of modeling. Like, walking in my outfits and being cute and seeing myself, I kind of remind me like, I'm that bitch. Like, yes. So there are pluses to modeling. It can hurt you sometimes hearing the feedback, but there are also people there to uplift you. I did a fashion show a couple years ago, or like 2 years ago, with the Salvation Army. And then what it was like designers came and they took old clothes, they cleaned it, of course, and they just like reworked it, designed it, and made it beautiful. And the whole point was that it was to like, the money that people came to come watch the fashion show was given back to charity for other people in need of clothes and other necessities. And I love the idea because it kind of showed people, because I know when we were younger, you know, people used to crack their jokes like, oh, your mom got your clothes from Salvation Army. And that kind of like cancels out that foolishness. Like, yeah, you might have a heart, but you can still rock these clothes. Like, this is recycled clothes. And look at these beautiful models wearing recycled clothes and they don't feel any type of way about it. So I feel like that definitely made me confident, made me happy on like being a model and all that stuff like that. I love the message it sends altogether. And now I kind of make my own little like rework clothes. My old clothes, I like to like change it and make it cute. So you're gonna take stuff from like your experience and you might change it, and it might change your life, to be honest, and add a little spice to your life. And big thing, it is okay if it doesn't work out. I had people have to tell me this sometimes, like my sisters and my friends, because there'll be times where I go to like a casting call and I swear I kill it. Like they'll even hype me up to it, like, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. Yes, girl, yes. Like the designer or the photographer themselves or the people casting it will do that. And they're like, okay, you'll hear back from me in 2 to 3 days if you make it. And like it'd be like 3 weeks later, you think you put the wrong phone call, your wrong phone number on there. You just sitting there wondering like, so you're not about to call me? No, yeah. Gonna hype me up. It happens. It does. So you have to be prepared. You're not always going to get every casting call you want, every job you want. It's not always going to work out, but being persistent and not letting that get you down is going to benefit you. You have to be strong about that stuff. And it is okay to be sad, because I'll be sad for like a day or two, but I have to remember I'm prepared for this. I know it's going to happen, but I'm not going to give up. Next thing, networking is very big. I've learned that over the years. It's huge. Like that one modeling job I started went so big. Like I went to working with a designer, being in their fashion show. Then they have photographers everywhere for the fashion show, and they had like an after party networking type of thing. And I made sure I went to like every single photographer, got the card, talked to them, all that stuff like that. And I ended up with different photographers, and it just kept going on and on. I got jobs from them. I worked with like people for watches because the photographer was like, oh, I know this girl and I think she would look great in these watches. Like, there's so many different opportunities that stemmed from that. Networking helps a lot. And connections. Like, always try to find someone in the business that you're connected with, because it really shows in your work. I found at least like 2 big photographers that like I worked very well with. They would have visions, I would have visions, and we would just like come together and it would be exactly what we envisioned. And it was so magical to me. Like they would hit me, they would message me and be like, hey, I think we should do a photo shoot because it'll look good in here. And I'd be like, oh, I see it. And I have the outfit. I do my own makeup most of the time. And we would just go out there and make some magic. I'm gonna try to put some pictures up and everything so y'all can see it. Don't forget to have fun. Modeling is serious. It's a lot. It's a job, but it can be fun. Like while I was in between jobs and looking for another job to do, I just messaged one of the photographers I knew and connected with well, and I came up with my own little idea. I was like, hey, I have this yellow outfit. I want to do a yellow theme, type of melanin, have a melanin popping, all of that. He was like, yeah, I would love to do it. Have fun. And another shoot I did with that same photographer was a smoke shoot. It's gonna be ups and downs through this whole road. It's hard, it is, but some of it really pays off. Like looking back at my old pictures, I love it. And I get to show my kids that their mom was, bad back in her days. So there's fun stuff to it. So be prepared. You got this. Don't let no one tell you any different. Like, oh, you're short, oh, this, or you're dark, that. Like, don't let nobody hold you back. As long as you believe in yourself and you support yourself, you got this. So that's my experience on modeling, guys. And I hope I inspired some of y'all to really go for it and not just keep waiting for it. This is your sign right here to do it. Model. All right. Thanks for watching, y'all. Subscribe, all that. I would like to give more advice on modeling, maybe like walking, posing in the future. Who knows? So subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff.